singing, playing musical instrument, dance, board game, carrot race, and hunting were the mean of recreation. Recreation means entertainment. Their main musical instrument were veena, shattantu, kambal, and the conch percussion instrument like damru and mridang were also used. Agriculture, animal husbandry, economic and social life. Agriculture was the main occupation during the Vedic period. Many oxen were yoked together to plough the field. The plough had iron ploughshare. The Atharvaveda consider insects, pests, and other animals that destroy crops and suggests certain remedies. Cow dung was used as during the Vedic period. Animals like horses, cow, and dogs had a special importance. Cow were used as a mean of exchange. That is why cow was highly prized. People took special care to ensure that the cow would not be stolen. The horses were valued because of its speed. The Vedic people were skilled in taming the horses and hastening them to the chariot. Chariot in the Vedic period had spoked wheels which are lighter than solid wheel. The horse-drawn and spoked wheel chariot of the Vedic period were swift and speedy. Do you know? Horsepower is a unit of measuring power, the rate at which work is done by an engine. In this period, apart from agriculture and animal husbandry, several other occupations had also flourished. Artisans and people practiced various occupations were an important part of social system. They formed independent organization known as Shernis or guild. The head of the guild was known as Shishti. However, slowly the statues of skilled artisans become secondary. During this period, there were four varnas, which were four varnas: Brahmin, Kshatriyas, Vaishya, and Shudra. A varna was determined by the occupation of people. Who was varna? Who was known by his occupation. In the later period, the varna came to be determined on the basis of birth. This gave rise to caste. The caste system led to inequality in the society. During the Vedic period, certain notions about leading an ideal life had become well established. There were four stages of four ashrams from birth to death. The first ashrama was Brahmacharya ashram, or the period of staying with the Guru to learn from him. The next stage after the successful completion of Brahmacharya ashrama was Grihastha ashrama. It was expected that during this period a man would carry out his duties towards his family and society with the help of his wife. The third stage was Vanaprastha ashram. Vanaprastha ashram, when a man was expected to detach himself from the household, retire to a solitary place, and lead a very simple life. The fourth stage was the sannyas ashrama. At this stage, the convention was to renounce all religion, lead life in order to understand the meaning of human life, and not to stay in one place. Religious ideas. In the religious ideas of the Vedic period, forces of nature such as the sun, wind, rain, lightning, storms, and rivers were given the form of deities. Deities means God. Vedic composition pray them to become life-giving forces. The Vedic people put offering into the yajna's fire to please them. This offering were called as Havi. Yajna is the act of offering Havi into fire. Initially, the yajna rites were simple. Later on, the rules of yajnas become harder and harder. The importance of the priest went on increasing. People in the Vedic period had thought about the natural phenomenon occurs. Summer is followed by the rainy season and the rainy season by winter. This is a regular cycle in nature. The cycle in nature and the life cycle that move with it were termed by the Vedic people as Rita. The life of all living being is a part of the cycle in nature. Disturbance in the cycle of nature leads to calamities. Everyone should be careful not to let it happen. Nobody should break the laws of nature. It was believed that following this rule was to follow dharma. Political systems. In Vedic period, each village had known as Gramani. A group of villages formed a Vish whose head was known as Vishpati. A village's head was known as Vishpati. Okay, several Vish form a Jana. Means all the heads of the villages form a Jana. Later, the Janas settled into a specific region. It came to be known as Janapada. The head of the Jana was known as Nripa. Nripa, Nripa or Raja. That means king. The duties of the king were to protect the people, collect taxes, and to run the administration smoothly. In order to run the administration smoothly, the king appointed various officers, the Purohit and the Senapati. The officers who collect the taxes was known as Bagdud. Nowadays we collect the tax and give it to our government, and that time also they collect the tax. The person who used to collect the tax was known as Bhagduj. And now we are saying income tax officer. Okay, Bhag means share. The person who collect the king's share of the produce of a Jana was called Bhagdud. There were 4 institutions who guided the king. Who were they? Sabha, Samiti, Vidat and Jana. They were the 4 institutions who used to guide the king. The people of the state participated in their working. Women too participated in working of Sabha and Vidhat. The Sabha consists of senior citizens of the state, whereas the Samiti was general body of the people. Later on, in the Vedic thoughts, Smriti and Puranas were composed. After a period of time, the religious stream based on the Vedas, Smritis, Puranas and local traditions came to be known as Hinduism. Along with the Vedic streams, there were other religious trends which took a different position from the Vedic ones regarding Yajna's right and the Varna systems. Okay, thank you.